He delights in saying, you think that you have something special happening. Look how quickly I can take it apart. You see in these places like San Francisco and Los Angeles, especially during the COVID pandemic, where they were using that as the pretext for a lot of these dystopian, antisocial interventions. They were saying, well, the important thing here is housing first. So what we're going to do is give, hotels in these cities a big government contract to house the drug addicts. Well, they weren't calling them drug addicts.
They're going to treat those hotel rooms really, really nice.
Yes, to house the homeless folks who are at risk of COVID. Okay, sounds nice on its face, but when you contend with the fact that most of the homeless people in San Francisco and Los Angeles are completely debilitated, incapacitated drug addicts, all they ended up with was hotels full of dead bodies where people were overdosing and killing themselves. So the fact that that's the stark reality of people who are attempting to sound virtuous, but they are really actually helping people kill themselves, is something that I think the right has not done a good job of exposing and of persuading the public to see things our way.
Yeah. Well, one of the things the left, I guess, doesn't seem to get, and I guess is, a lot of these addicts, yes, if they were rational like we are, then it would be a no-brainer. It's okay. We literally have public programs that can take you off the street now. Go get it, and drugs are harming you, so stop doing them. Okay, boom, solved. In a perfect world, that's how it would go. But these addicts, not even do they lack the ability to see a day into the future. It's their life in that high is the present moment, and that's all that it's existing. And there's no ability to plan. And I mean, they're literally on drugs. So how do you expect things to get better?
That's right. And so as we consider this element of our conversation, which is the why behind a lot of the George Soros activism, the way I have come to think of it is that this is a man who seems to delight in destruction. He seems to delight in chaos. And I think he recognizes how fragile American society really is, because it depends on the people having a population of people who have lots of freedoms guaranteed, who have so much prosperity, so much opportunity. He knows how fragile that is and how damaging things like tribalism, which he encourages with this sort of race war propaganda, destroying essential institutions like families and churches, and even the reliability of schooling to teach children, reading, math, and so on. I think he takes pride in saying, oh, you think you have this nice superpower going on here in America, don't you? Look how quickly I can destabilize it by, buying off a few district attorneys. Now you don't have a single city that isn't overrun with people being shot by 12-year-olds doing the carjacking, and I think that he delights in saying, you think that you have something special happening. Look how quickly I can take it apart.
I mean, I think 2020 was the biggest example of that. Not even with COVID, but with the riots in the George Floyd era, was just the defining line between cities burning down and a normal life is one video and one police department feeling like they can't do their job, per area. Yes. I mean, so it's obviously extremely thin, and you forget about it when you're in the good times, but it is, I mean, almost it's one of those things you only think can happen in other countries, yet when it happens here, it's just, I don't know. It was almost surreal for me,
Right. I guess, and I wish that what I had seen from a more, centralized activity from the Republican Party and from our Republican Party leaders would have been really strong presence of mind, strong sense of identity, in saying what we are witnessing unfolding across the country in the name of quote unquote, this perverted definition of justice is destroying what makes our country possible. And they were so afraid to say this is wrong. They were so afraid to say, actually, our country was not founded in sin. Stop, casting doubt amongst the populace. And a lot of this Soros philosophy and activism is designed to profoundly destabilize and to confound the public about what is good, and to really lose confidence that the cause of the American people is something to be proud of.